Joining me now is the Democratic congressman from the state of Texas, just down the road from Allie, Henry Cuellar. His district is located in Laredo, right there along the border. Congressman Cuellar, thanks for being back with us tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being with you again.
So you're a Democrat, as I mentioned. You are as open as it gets with the border, your district there. You're a Democrat on the border, okay? And we saw today the Department of Justice file a lawsuit against Chicago, against Cook County, against the state of Illinois, Democratic strongholds. Who's right here? The DOJ for going after those areas, or those areas for being sanctuary cities?
It's common sense. Look, I don't support sanctuary cities. We don't have any sanctuary cities along the border because we want to make sure that we have law and order, that if anybody wants to come into the United States, they do it the legal way like my parents did. And it's important. So, no, I don't support any sanctuary cities. And I think I've even voted to cut funding for sanctuary cities.
So what do you think the response from Chicago should be, or Cook County, or Illinois? Because basically one of the spokespersons for the governor said, see you in court.
Well, look, if ICE is going after criminals, who is against sending criminals out? Who's against arresting criminals? So, again, without due respect to that area, and it should not be a Democratic or Republican question, it should be, should we enforce the law? And the law says that if we have criminals, criminal aliens, they should be picked up.
Tom Homan is the border czar. So I hear you saying, no to sanctuary cities. You're echoing a lot of the policies that you've stood for quite some time, which happen to align with Republicans and the Trump administration. Now that there's this legal standoff between the administration, or at least the DOJ, and Chicago, there's a question about what do you do to the leaders of that area if they don't comply? And Tom Homan, Congressman, has suggested that maybe you arrest them. Here was what he said recently. I'll get your reaction on the other side.
If they openly impede us, that's a violation of federal law. It's a felony. If they knowingly harbor and conceal an alien, that's a felony. We will seek prosecution through the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Are you good with that, Congressman? Going, prosecuting the mayors or whoever the leader of that city, town, state may be?
Look, I've known Tom Homan for a long, long time, and I look forward to working with them. We've already communicated and talked about trying to get together. We need to enforce the law. I don't know about arresting those leaders because they have that position. Policy differences should not be a basis for arresting somebody. But again, I should say that if there are criminals, why are we defending criminals? We should not be defending criminals. We ought to be ready to work with the federal government to make sure that we pick up those criminal aliens, especially some of those criminal gangs that, they come from areas where there is no law enforcement presence, or at least a strong enforcement. Right. They come to the U.S., they realize that we are going to enforce the law.
Let me leave you with this, Congressman. You just mentioned Tom Homan, how either you have talked with him or going to talk with him. I know you've told us in the past that there's basically an open line there. There was a report out this morning that Stephen Miller, who is among the president's top folks when it comes to immigration, Kristi Noem, the DHS secretary, that they want to be in touch with you, Congressman Cuellar, the Democrat from Texas. There had been some whispers a couple years ago that maybe Henry Cuellar would switch parties. Any thoughts on you moving to the other side of the aisle?
Look, I'm a good conservative blue dog Democrat. Okay. And as I told some of my Republican friends, I vote better than some of the Republicans do on many issues. But I think we can work it together, and I look forward to working with Stephen Miller, Kristi Noem. I knew when she was in the House. We also spoke about getting together. Tom Homan, I've known him for many years. We just got to make sure that we follow the law and make sure that we have law and order at the border. But nowadays, it's all across the nation because immigrants have been sent to other areas.
Did I hear a no there for switching parties?
I'm sorry?
Did I hear a no there for possible?
Oh, that's a no. Oh, that's
okay.
a no.
All right. Just trying to work across the aisle. I get it. I got it.
A good blue dog Democrat.
Got it. Congressman Cuellar, we'll leave it there. Thank you, sir, for always being with us here on the Hill. Appreciate it.